Okay, you see the name I gave to this video. I have a good reason for doing this, a really good reason. Okay, so I'm going to start here. There's a friend of mine, probably on YouTube, and I think most of you probably know who he is. Anybody that's been listening to me recently. See, this man, like myself, and like other people, when you speak truth in today's society, and you care about other people, and you care about what's right, and you go out of your way to help somebody that needs help, and being honest and actually caring, you get punished in today's society for that. That's right. You get your life interfered with, you get interrupted. Like with me, lost my income due to it. Was blackbarred from all the jobs within the entire area to force me out. And with him, Jerry, yeah, he just happened to be in a spot where when corruption happened, false flag, BS, he knew the person that they were blaming was innocent, and he had proof that that person was innocent, and he set out from his heart because he cares to do the right thing and try to help that person. In doing so, he was attacked by law enforcement, by corporation enforcement. That's right. And he was attacked hard. They took everything from him. Everything. Did you know when yesterday, when I was talking to him, a phone call came in? And he answered the phone. And I heard what was said on that phone. And it just disgusts me to no end. You know, and I know and I've been aware this has been going on for a long time. This is what really eats me up even more, is I've been aware of this for a long time. I had my own experiences back in Iowa when I lost my income because of what I do, because I tell truth and show truth. Was blackbarred from all the jobs in that area to be run out of that area. Because they couldn't do to me what they'd done to him because I didn't have it for them to take. So they went to other means. From scare tactics to feds at my door. With him, law enforcement came in and took everything this man owned. And for any of you people out there that think, oh, he's just full of it, he's full of shit, they wouldn't do that in this country, and he's just nuts, and he's just that, and he's just that, and he's doing it for attention, you're the one that's full of shit. And that goes out to all of his haters. If you hate him because he's honest, you need to really wake up. We live in a world right now that's filled full of liars. And they've got you right where they want you. They really do. Now you notice the name of the video, MK Ultra. That's right. Mind control. You know, Jerry was telling me some about this, and I've known about MK Ultra for a long time, and I knew when they claimed that they shut the program down a long time ago that they never actually shut it down. No, not at all. They just gave it a new name and moved right on. Because after all, what was we the people going to do about it? Oh, I know what we were going to do about it. The same thing we do about everything right now. Not a damn thing. That's right, not a damn thing. And they knew this. So they moved right on with it. Now I'm going to give you a little scenario. Okay, so they have their mind control program going on. And because it's done by people at the top and the powers to be, they open up a location to do it in a little town. That's right. And when they come in, because they have military, government backing, that's right, military and government backing, and There's your daddy's backing, your owner's backing. You know that big club that we're not part of, that George Carlin told you about? You know, your owners, your daddies. No, it's not your presidents. They're only puppets. They have owners too, the same owners we have. Okay, so what they do is they'll come into a little small community and they will buy off everybody. That's right. And because somebody wears a badge or somebody's in a position, the majority of the people will cower down and not do a damn thing. And when it comes to this kind of stuff, mind control, experimenting on people, using people as guinea pigs, they can come into a small community and they can experiment on the people in this town, and these people won't even know what's going on. Not at all. They won't even know what's going on. And then they will create problems that the most of society won't even recognize through mind control, through MK Ultra. Let me give you an example of victims of MK Ultra. The Uber shooting, as Jerry would tell you. Okay, and Jerry's correct. He's not lying. He's telling you the absolute truth. Let me give you another example. The Batman shooting in Aurora, Colorado. Let me give you another example of a PSYOPs and possibly MK Ultra. Elliot Rogers. That's right, TFLer's famous idol there, Elliot Rogers. Another possible example for you, and another PSYOPs for you. George Sidini. You think I'm nuts? No, I'm not nuts. The problem is when they're in this community, they literally take over this community and it's considered a sleeper cell. That's right, it's considered a sleeper cell. And I think they have many cells around this country, sleeper cells. Why is it called a sleeper cell? Because they can take a child that's been traumatized, create trauma in a child's life that's less than 5 years old, and put this child in their mind control experiment through doctors, that's right, through psychologists, shrinks, who are all actually working for, you should know who I'm talking about, MK Ultra, mind control, who are all working for the same people, for the same goal, and following their orders for the tool, for money. And these children will become the new experiment in that town. And then they'll go back home, and they'll go on with their life, and then they'll go back for a little bit more mind control, and back for a little bit more mind control, and back for a little bit more mind control. So that these creeps can learn the best ways to control human beings for their own selfish interest, their own selfish wants, their own selfish greed. And that's exactly what's been going on in this country for a long, long time. And today's society is a proven example of that. All you have to do is look around you. They have completely brainwashed society and broke down the morals of people and destroyed your society right under your nose through little baby steps. One step at a time, one step at a time, one step at a time. And they've learned more than you could ever imagine about the human behavior and how to manipulate and change somebody. And they're using it for weapons. They're using it for these people being guinea pigs for their false flags. That's right. Like the Aurora shooting. Have you ever paid attention to the guy they hauled in court? Did you ever pay attention to him? The guy was definitely under some kind of influence. Didn't even know he was doing what he was doing because, well, probably from the time he was a child. He was in one of the sleeper cells, and he was used as a guinea pig. That's right, a guinea pig in a laboratory. Because, see, we're nothing but useless cattle. That's all we are, is useless cattle to these people. They actually believe they're gods. They actually believe they're above everybody around them. And because people cower down from authority, because they're wearing a uniform, or they're in a position, they forget that these people are human beings just like you and I. And that we should have been standing up to them. But you know, for years I've been fighting against division from every single aspect. Because division was one of their major number one tools. And why did they need division? To keep us from ever standing up together as separate separate individuals, but keep us from standing together. See, the one thing they can't allow us to have is critical thinking skills. Because if you have critical thinking skills, you will examine the stuff that's being shown to you and told to you. And you won't necessarily believe upon examination because you have critical thinking skills. But in today's society, that's rare, just like common sense isn't even common no more. The majority of people don't even possess common sense. And sometimes I get disgusted when I watch it. There's a gentleman up here on YouTube that calls himself the doctor of common sense. And I've watched some of his stuff. And then I fall out of my chair. Because the so-called doctor of common sense don't even have common sense himself. So I don't know how he could consider himself the expert, the doctor of something he don't possess. He's proven that on more than one occasion, that he doesn't possess what he's claiming to be the doctor of. It's pathetic, it's sickening, it's disgusting. But through this mind control that they've never stopped working on, they've got entire communities and people in these communities completely screwed up. And they're using their victims for tools for their own selfishness, like they did with Elliot Rodgers. That's right. Like they did with the Batman shooting. And when you have witnesses in a movie theater, people that were in the movie theater that actually survived through the shooting, all of them say the exact same thing, that there was two shooters, one on each side. But that's disregarded by the media, by the people that was not there, because they're following their orders. That's right. And their orders are not to report that to you. Just like with 9/11, you had witnesses come out and say what they said, and them reports was disregarded and disregarded. And the official lie was given to you. Just like with the Aurora shooting, the official lie was given to you. With Elliot Rodgers, the official lie was given to you. At the beginning of October, the official lie was given to you. On the last day of October, another false flag with the official lie being given to you again. The sad thing that really pisses me off, and it just pisses me off to no end, is Jerry goes out of his way to fight back. And fight back he does. Jerry goes out of his way because he lost so much, to try to just recover some of it. Just to find out that everybody pretty much, lawyers, in the state of Michigan, all bought and paid for, or too scared to touch it. Why are they too scared to touch it? I'll tell you why they're too scared to touch it. It's simple. For the same reason you people won't stand up for yourselves. Because you're scared of the people that's doing it. Because the people that are doing it is your military. That's right, your military. You raise your children, they grow up, they go to high school, they go into the military to become a man, to become an adult. They don't become a man. They don't become an adult. That's a joke. They become a guinea pig to be used, prodded, and controlled by criminals. Just like your television set. Could have been the greatest invention ever, and it's been used as a weapon instead. And that's what they do with technology. They use it as weapons. Because they're sick psychopaths. But what do we do about it? Oh, that's right. We do what we always do about it, right? Not a damn thing. And now it's getting to the point, the truth, you don't want to hear it. You're attacking truth at all costs, ain't you? To keep the truth hidden. To keep the truth hidden. You know where this is going to end, don't you? You should. History is showing you it over and over and over again. It's going to end with your death. It's going to end with your children having no future. As you rob your children of their future. So when you want to complain about the pedophile rings in Hollywood and what they're doing to your children, they're destroying your children's lives, while you're doing all that complaining about that, you're busy destroying your children's lives yourself. See, you don't got to be a pedophile and have sex with a child to destroy their life. All you got to do is just keep standing down and turning your back and looking the other way. Keep doing what you're doing right now. And you're every bit as bad as the pedophile. You're every bit as bad. You're just as responsible as they are. Oh yeah, you are. And I'll tell you why you are. Because through your failure to stand up and go after these people and lock them up, these people continuously get by with what they're doing. And through them getting by what they're doing, they're taking your futures of your children away from your children right now, under your nose. Because you're allowing it. That's the reason I compared you to the pedophiles. Because you talk about how to destroy a child's life through pedophilia, but at the same time, you're willingly allowing them to destroy your children's future right now. To destroy their lives. Through your ignorance. Because you don't want to look into anything. Because you're scared, right? Because it scares the shit out of you, right? Because some other human being had got a uniform on, and I'm scared of that uniform. Isn't that what it comes down to? Or, well, I don't want my life interfered with. I want to go about my fluff and stuff. And then you're not going to complain until it's affecting your life. Then you're going to want it to stop. But it ain't going to stop, and there ain't going to be nobody to help you. You know why? Because you failed to stand up with the rest of the people from the very beginning. So by the time you decide, oh no, we got to stop this, you ain't going to be able to stop it. It's going to be too late. You know, and then you got all these fake truthers up here for the tool who don't want to understand what the division has done to us. Why do you think they created all the division they created? So that we would do what we're doing right now. Fight one another over fluff and stuff. That's right. Why do you think you have Black Lives Matters? White Lives Matters? Why do you think you have feminist women? Why do you think you have the division between the genders? And the division goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. I can name division in so many areas your head would fall off. I can't even put the list in this video. If I said it, I'd be here for hours. Because that much division has been created. Because your division is literally in everything, and I mean everything. They haven't messed around with it. So you don't know how to get along because you can't get along because somebody's different than you. So you failed to grow up. You fell for the brainwashing. Meanwhile, they can have their sleeper cells. They can go in and buy off a whole damn city, own the police department, own the sheriff's department, own all the attorneys, own the mayor, own the lawyer, all the attorneys, the mayor, everybody in that city, and control that city, and take your children for guinea pigs, and use them for guinea pigs, and then later on in life, after your child's grown up and all messed up because of them, while you done nothing about it, they'll use your child like they did the Batman theater shooting for a patsy. They'll have somebody else go in and do the shooting. And them somebody else's, they'll never be brought to charges or prosecuted for shooting. So they brought two people into the movie theater in Aurora, Colorado. One on each side of the theater, opened fire around the people in the movie theater. And the two people actually who done it walked away unscathed, never got charged, never got prosecuted, never got nothing. And their patsy that they used their mind control on from the time they was a child, their life finishes getting destroyed by being the patsy, to go behind bars, to be blamed for something they never done. And this is the type of world you want to live in, huh? Where lines become normal, where shitting all over somebody else is one up somebody else. Even in the dating scene, you gotta game, lies and manipulation, lies and more manipulation and more lies, and then some more lies to go with them lies. And at the same time, you're all psychopaths yourselves because you can't figure out, well, you don't want to be lied to. I hear you say that all the time. You want somebody to be honest with you, but you don't want to be honest with them. It don't work that way. Never has and never will. You'll say, oh, there's nothing wrong with lying. Say that when they got a gun to the back of your head. Oh, I know, you'll say it'll never happen to me, right? Oh, don't worry, it's coming. Don't worry, it's coming. You know why it's coming your way? Because you're like everybody else. You done absolutely nothing about it. You come up on YouTube, you look around you, and every other video or every other person is what, a plant? Being paid the tool? You got people up there on YouTube that are only here for one reason. Their selfish self. Their ego's flated, their head's swollen like a balloon. Their head needs shoved in an ice pack for hours to get the swelling down. Because they, my subscribers, and they're here for fame. Or they're here for monetary gain. That's right, the tool. Then you have the other so-called truthers that ain't truthers at all. They're actually working for the very people I'm talking about. And their job is to steer you a different direction from what the real truth is. Their job is to give you some truth and steer you the opposite way. To keep you chasing shadows, rabbits, so that you will never get nowhere. They're doing a wonderful job. I could name a whole handful, and I probably couldn't even name them all off because that's how many plants are up on YouTube now that are actually working for the powers to be. keep you all docile and dumb. Meanwhile, Jerry sits here, a victim of this BS, all because he wanted to do the right thing, because the guy cares. What happened to your people's ability to care for other people? Oh, that's right, you don't have that no more, do you? Just like you don't have common sense no more. You don't have any of that no more, do you? You can't care about what's right. Can't care about somebody else. And this is the fight I've been fighting for a long time. And it just makes me sick. Just it does, it just makes me sick. And to see what's taking place with Jerry, and to watch and hear what I heard yesterday, even when I knew it. You know, that's the sad thing. Because I know Jerry. He's a very honest man. He's very caring. He's a lot just like me. He's not lying to you. He's not bullshitting you. He actually cares. He wants what's right. He, just like me, wants this stuff stopped. Looking for ways to stop this stuff. And instead of you people coming together and thinking and working out solutions to go after these people and put a stop to them. Nope, couldn't do that, could you? Nope. Just got to keep attacking him and blowing him off. Keep attacking him, blowing him off, just like me. Keep attacking me. Keep attacking him. Keep attacking anybody with critical thinking skills. Anybody that might want to come up and get you to use your brain. Oh, that's right. You would rather think with the brain in the jar. Now it's in your computer, right? Or it's in your smartphone. Because your phone's smarter than you are. So you need to have your brain in your hand, right? To think for you. Your phone. Your smartphone. That's your brain now. That's right. That's what you think with. Because the brain inside your head's been shut off. You better wake up, people, because everything I just said is for real. It's not a lie. It's all fact. And I feel for people like that, even when I've been attacked myself over and over and over. Even when I got blackbarred from the jobs in an entire area and run out. I still do this. When Jerry had everything stolen from him, so much, and his life threatened, and run out, all because he cared about somebody. All because he cared about what was right. And this is what you done to him. This is what we allowed to happen to him. For caring about somebody else. For wanting to do the right thing to help somebody he didn't even know that he knew was innocent. Because he attempted to help that person. And this was his thanks from our society. Was to have his home stolen from him. To have his liquor license taken and sold. That's right. He didn't lie to you. He had a liquor license. He had his own business. They took everything from him. Everything. Just because he cared. And wanted what was right. And tried to defend somebody that he knew was totally innocent. All because he went and tried to get help for that guy. For the Uber shooting. Because he knew that the person they had up was not guilty. Didn't do it. And he knew it. He knew it in his heart. And he tried to show them. To get them to look for the right person. Only to get attacked. See, it's a lot deeper than you think. I suggest you listen to Jerry. Because Jerry's not lying to you. Not whatsoever. I suggest that you need to really wake up and think about what the hell you're doing. Because if people don't start waking up, your time's running out rapidly. I think it's already too late, personally. I really do. And I hate to say that, but I think it's too late. And if it's too late, as I suspect, your children's future are already gone. That's right. You have a child, your child absolutely has no future. The only future your child has is to be that of a slave or to be caught and killed. That's right, to be murdered by your owners. Because your owners disapprove of that child. So they get to murder it. And you won't do a thing about it, will you? So your children's futures are gone. That's why I compared you to the pedophiles that you want to slam so hard. While you're busy slamming the pedophiles for destroying your children's futures, while you're destroying your children's futures yourself. You go, well, but that'll haunt them for life. You don't think this ain't going to haunt them for life? Yeah, it is, because they ain't going to have a life. So get your priorities straight. Now, I'm not sticking up for the pedophiles at all. Not whatsoever. Because you're correct about what you say. But this also applies straight across the board. That's the reason I said you're no better than who you're complaining about in Hollywood. When you can honestly just sit back and do nothing about what's going on.